In the quiet town of Ravenswood, there lay an ancient legend that had been passed down through generations. This legend spoke of a cursed spirit known as Bloody Mary, who was said to haunt mirrors and wreak havoc on those who dared to summon her. The townsfolk whispered tales of those who had foolishly invoked her name 3 times in front of a mirror, only to face unimaginable terror. Despite the warnings, the legend persisted, drawing the curious and the daring into its dark embrace. On a crisp autumn evening, a group of friends gathered at an old mansion on the outskirts of Ravenswood. The mansion had been abandoned for years, its windows boarded up, and its once grand facade now crumbling. Inside, the air was thick with dust and the scent of decay, but for the friends, it was the perfect setting for their spooky adventure. Among the group were Emma, a fearless and adventurous young woman, Tom, her skeptical but loyal boyfriend, Sarah, a superstitious and easily frightened girl, and Jake, a thrill-seeker, who loved pushing boundaries. They had heard the legend of Bloody Mary many times, but none of them had ever dared to try summoning her, until now. "Come on, guys, it's just a silly old legend," Jake said, his voice echoing through the empty mansion. "What's the worst that could happen?" Sarah shivered, clutching her flashlight. "I don't know, Jake. I've heard some really creepy stories about people who tried this, and never came back." Tom rolled his eyes. "You don't really believe that, do you? It's just a bunch of nonsense." Emma, always up for a challenge, stepped forward with a determined look in her eyes. "Let's do it. But if anyone feels uncomfortable, we can stop right away." The friends made their way to a dusty, cracked mirror in one of the mansion's rooms. The mirror's surface was clouded with age, reflecting their nervous faces in a distorted fashion. Emma took a deep breath and looked at her friends. "Ready?" she asked, her voice steady despite the nervous flutter in her chest. They nodded, their faces a mix of excitement and apprehension. Standing in front of the mirror, they joined hands, their flashlights casting an eerie glow on their faces. "Bloody Mary," Emma began, her voice barely above a whisper. "Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary." As the final syllables left Emma's lips, a heavy silence settled over the room. The air grew colder, and the flickering beams of their flashlights seemed to dim. For a moment, nothing happened, and the friends exchanged uneasy glances. Suddenly, the mirror's surface rippled like water, and a chilling wind swept through the room. Emma felt a cold hand grip her shoulder, and she spun around, her heart pounding. But there was no one there. "Did you feel that?" Emma asked, her voice trembling. Tom nodded, his face pale. "Yeah, I did. It felt like someone was standing right behind me." Sarah's eyes widened with fear. "I told you this was a bad idea." Before they could react, the mirror's surface darkened, and a figure began to materialize. It was a woman, her face twisted in anguish and her eyes filled with a malevolent gleam. Blood dripped from her eyes, staining her pale cheeks, and her hair hung in tangled, matted strands. "Bloody Mary," the spirit hissed, her voice echoing through the room. "You have summoned me, and now you will pay the price." The friends backed away from the mirror, their hearts racing with terror. The spirit reached out a bony hand, her fingers curling as if to grasp them. Emma's mind raced as she tried to think of a way to break the spell. "Run," she shouted, grabbing Tom's hand and pulling him toward the door. Sarah and Jake followed, their footsteps echoing through the empty mansion as they fled. The friends burst out of the mansion, their breaths coming in ragged gasps. They didn't stop running until they reached the safety of Emma's car. As they sped away, the chilling image of Bloody Mary haunted their thoughts. Over the next few days, strange occurrences began to plague the friends. Emma noticed her reflection moving independently in the mirror, its eyes filled with malevolence. Tom heard whispers in the dead of night, voices that seemed to come from the shadows. Sarah felt an icy grip on her arm, leaving bruises that resembled claw marks. Jake's dreams were haunted by visions of Bloody Mary, her twisted face looming over him as he slept. Desperate for answers, the friends sought out the help of an expert in the paranormal. They found Dr. Evelyn Hartley, a renowned parapsychologist who had dedicated her life to studying supernatural phenomena. When they explained their situation, Dr. Hartley's expression grew serious. "You have unleashed a powerful and malevolent spirit," she said, her voice grave. "Bloody Mary is bound to mirrors, and she will continue to haunt you until the curse is broken." Emma's heart sank. "How do we break the curse?" Dr. Hartley sighed. "There is no easy answer. You must confront Bloody Mary in her realm and find a way to banish her. But be warned, it will be dangerous. She will not let go of her grip on you easily." Determined to end the haunting once and for all, the friends prepared for the perilous journey ahead. Dr. Hartley provided them with protective charms and instructed them on how to perform a banishing ritual. They gathered supplies, including candles, sage, and sacred symbols, and made their way back to the abandoned mansion. As they entered the mansion, the air was thick with an oppressive presence. The mirrors in the house seemed to shimmer with malevolence, reflecting the twisted faces of the spirits trapped within. The friends could feel Bloody Mary's eyes upon them, watching their every move. Dr. Hartley led them to the room with the cracked mirror, where the encounter had first taken place. The mirror's surface was now pitch black, as if it were a portal to another world. "Are you ready?" Dr. Hartley asked, her voice steady but filled with concern. Emma nodded, her determination unwavering. "We have to do this. We can't live like this anymore." The friends arranged the candles and sage around the mirror, forming a protective circle. They held hands and began to chant the incantation Dr. Hartley had taught them. "Spirits of light, protect us. Spirits of love, guide us. Spirits of strength, empower us. We call upon you to aid us in our time of need." As they chanted, the air grew colder, and the mirror's surface began to ripple once more. The figure of Bloody Mary materialized, her eyes burning with rage. "You cannot banish me," she hissed. "I am bound to this world, and I will have my revenge." With a sudden, blinding flash, the friends were pulled into the mirror, entering a twisted realm that mirrored the mansion, but was filled with darkness and despair. The air was thick with the stench of decay, and the walls were lined with mirrors reflecting distorted images of their fears. Bloody Mary stood before them, her presence overwhelming. She reached out her hands, and the friends felt an icy grip tightening around their throats. "Stay strong," Dr. Hartley urged, her voice strained. "Remember the incantation and focus on the light." Together, they resumed the chant, their voices growing louder and more determined. "Spirits of light, protect us. Spirits of love, guide us. Spirits of strength, empower us." As they chanted, a warm light began to emanate from their joined hands, pushing back the darkness. Bloody Mary's grip weakened, and she let out a piercing scream. "You cannot defeat me," she shrieked, her form flickering and distorting. But the friends held their ground, their resolve unshaken. They continued the chant, the light growing stronger and brighter. Bloody Mary writhed and twisted, her form disintegrating into shadows. With one final, desperate scream, the spirit of Bloody Mary vanished, and the twisted realm began to dissolve around them. The friends found themselves back in the mansion, the air clear and the oppressive presence lifted. With the curse broken, the friends breathed a collective sigh of relief. The mirrors in the mansion now reflected their true images, free of the malevolent presence that had haunted them. They knew that their lives would never be the same, but they had faced their fears and emerged stronger for it. Dr. Hartley offered them words of wisdom and caution. Never underestimate the power of the spirit world. Always approach it with respect and reverence, and remember the strength you carry within you. Emma, Tom, Sarah, and Jake left the mansion with a newfound appreciation for the mysteries of the unknown. They had faced unimaginable terror and emerged victorious, their bond strengthened by the ordeal. The story of their encounter with Bloody Mary became a legend in Ravenswood, serving as a cautionary tale for those who dared to explore the dark corners of the supernatural. The friends' bravery and determination inspired others to face their own fears and seek the light in times of darkness. Ravenswood grew to be known not just for its haunting legends, but also for its community's resilience and courage. The story of Emma, Tom, Sarah, and Jake's encounter with Bloody Mary became a source of strength, reminding people that even in the face of the supernatural, the human spirit could prevail. As the years passed, the old mansion, now devoid of any malevolent presence, was renovated and turned into a historical site and museum. The museum dedicated a special exhibit to the legend of Bloody Mary and the friends' harrowing experience. Visitors from far and wide came to learn about the curse, the bravery of the friends, and the eventual triumph over darkness. Emma, who had always been the fearless leader of the group, found her calling in storytelling. She became a renowned author, writing books that delved into the world of the supernatural. Her works were celebrated for their authenticity and emotional depth, and she often included lessons of courage and resilience inspired by her own experiences. Emma's books not only entertained, but also offered readers a sense of hope and strength. Tom channeled his skepticism and analytical mind into a career in parapsychology. He dedicated his life to studying the unknown, seeking to understand the forces that lay beyond the physical world. His research led to several groundbreaking discoveries, and he became a respected figure in the field. Tom often collaborated with other experts, including Dr. Hartley, to advance the understanding of paranormal phenomena and promote safe practices. Sarah, who had been the most superstitious and fearful of the group, transformed her experience into a journey of empowerment. She pursued a career in mental health, specializing in trauma therapy. Sarah's unique perspective and personal history allowed her to connect deeply with her clients, helping them navigate their fears and anxieties. She became an advocate for mental health awareness and education, providing support to those who had faced their own supernatural encounters. Jake, the thrill seeker, found solace in sharing his experiences through multimedia. He created a popular podcast and YouTube channel where he explored supernatural tales, urban legends, and personal accounts of paranormal encounters. Jake's engaging storytelling and charismatic presence drew a large following, and he used his platform to promote critical thinking, safety, and respect for the unknown. The friends remained close, their bond unbreakable despite the passage of time. They often gathered at the museum, reminiscing about their adventure and reflecting on how it had shaped their lives. The museum became a place of pilgrimage for those seeking inspiration and courage, and the friends took pride in knowing that their story had made a lasting impact. In the heart of Ravenswood, a memorial was erected in honor of the friends and their bravery. The inscription on the memorial read, "In the face of darkness, they found the light." Their courage and unity banished the shadows, leaving a legacy of hope and strength. As Ravenswood continued to grow and evolve, the legend of Bloody Mary remained a cherished part of its history. The community embraced the lessons of the past, using them to guide their future. The story of the friends' encounter with the supernatural became a symbol of the town's resilience, reminding everyone that even in the darkest of times, there was always a glimmer of hope. The legend of Bloody Mary and the friends' courageous stand against the malevolent spirit became an integral part of Ravenswood's identity. The town thrived, its people united by a shared sense of purpose and strength. The annual Reflections of Courage festival was established, celebrating the story of the friends and promoting unity, bravery, and the power of community. During the festival, the town came alive with music, art, and storytelling. People from all over gathered to share their own tales of courage and resilience, inspired by the legend of Bloody Mary. The festival became a symbol of Ravenswood's enduring spirit, a testament to the strength that could be found within each individual. Emma, Tom, Sarah, and Jake continued to inspire others with their work and their unwavering friendship. They often spoke at events, sharing their experiences and offering words of wisdom to those facing their own challenges. Their story was a reminder that courage was not the absence of fear, but the strength to face it head-on. As they looked back on their journey, the friends knew that their lives had been forever changed by their encounter with Bloody Mary. But they also knew that they had emerged stronger, their bond unbreakable, and their spirits resilient. They had faced the darkness and found the light within themselves, leaving a legacy that would shine brightly for generations to come. If you enjoyed this story and want more engaging content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to bring you stories that ignite your imagination and keep you on the edge of your seat. Thank you for being part of our storytelling community.